We're going to come out and say that November 19th, 2026 is still too far away for our taste, as we can barely contain our excitement for GTA 6 as it is. And that's taking an entire bunch of great games coming out between now and then into account. Well, we've been coping by looking wistfully at retailer listings of the game, scouring feature lists, and imagining what they're going to feel like when we finally get to begin our adventure in Leonida, the stage where Lucia and Jason's adventure unfolds. It's how we stumbled upon Amazon Brazil's listing for the game, and a detail that has us quite optimistic about Leonida becoming one of Rockstar's most immersive and authentic open worlds. Yes, the graphics are going to be an important factor in making it believable, but we think it's the city's denizens that are really going to see the experience. We're beginning to suspect that Leonida's real strength is going to come from its people making it a real, reactive place that makes us part of its identity. So why is that? As always, we're happy to tell you all about it, so strap in for this one and let's go. The promise of a better world. Let's begin with what the retail listing claims is going to be a part of the experience on offer in GTA 6. Yes, there are factors like a dynamic weather system with potential effects on physics and gameplay, alongside advanced ray tracing and reflections, and PS5 Pro focused enhancements that could mean better resolutions and more stable frame rates. They are all reasons to be excited, but are we really expecting anything less from one of modern gaming's biggest and most ambitious titles? We're interested in all the other details that the listing promises. There are NPCs with advanced AI-based routines, for starters, and organically unfolding events peppered all around the map. The listing reports that the game's version of Vice City and Leonida is going to be denser and more immersive, while an entire social media system that's baked in could keep pushing viral videos to your character's phone as you go around your day-to-day life in the city. Vice City might also have influencers who could lead you to secret side missions, giving you a good enough reason to engage with them in non-violent ways, even if they get too annoying. Establishments within the world could be interactive in ways you haven't seen before. There's a lot of promise in what the retailer suggests, and although we'd advise waiting until Rockstar confirms that all of this is indeed a part of the game, it's still hard not to get excited at the thought of what it all means for an open world that follows in the footsteps of games like GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, which are already quite high on our list of favorites in the genre. A living, breathing world. The reason we're so invested in the details about Leonida's NPCs is that they're always a part of Rockstar's success, since its games live or die by what you're doing in between missions in the main campaign. GTA 6 will already have us visiting a lot of the city's points of interest, spreading it all out over police chases, heists, set pieces, story chapters, and more. But those are kind of standard for the franchise at this point, and while we're sure they're going to be great, they're not what players will hold with them long after they've rolled the credits on the grand adventure they experience. It's what they're going to do in Leonida when they've got nothing on their plate that's a potential fountain of fond memories. A personal collection, if you will, of highlights that's going to fuel the community built around the experience, and reasons to look back fondly on the game. Heck, it could all prompt a truly enthusiastic player to dive right back into a new playthrough to build an entirely different set of memories and fun moments. It's going to places where the game doesn't tell you to go that's a huge part of what makes Rockstar's games so memorable. The visuals could make the world look real, but it's authentic NPC behavior that makes it feel real. Think about Red Dead Redemption 2, and what we're trying to say here becomes even more clear. The NPCs in Rockstar's take on the Wild West didn't feel like mere props, a facet that many other open worlds have neglected in comparison. Your camp members had lives of their own and were often found running errands or even doing chores, their moods varying enough to make them feel like living beings thanks to the conversations you could actually have with them. Random encounters as you made your way across the world gave the impression of a world that was crafted to be unpredictable, yet still authored in a way that blurred the lines between a truly historical recreation and a digital sandbox that was built to suck you in. Witnesses to your crimes, bounty hunters, lawmen, and the like knew your face when your actions were not a part of the accepted social standards set down on their very lands. While the honor system gave all of it a unique flavor that influenced the outcome of your time with Arthur. Meet the same folks a little down the line, and your actions were a part of how they responded to seeing you again.
Who the hell did you rob for all this? Hey, if you ask no questions, I tell no lies. That's all yours once you're desperate for it.
Animals, settlements, and the strangers you got to meet were all a part of the illusion that the world you were exploring was one that existed independently of you, and would continue to do so long after you are gone. It was a lovely undercurrent to the experience that made the narrative's melancholic ending all the more poignant as a result.
I'm this close to strangling you.
But for all of those merits, Red Dead Redemption 2's frontier-styled experience allowed for a slower, more controlled approach to its open world. But GTA 6 has to factor in a significantly larger number of variables. There are things like traffic, highways, stores, the police, influencers, fellow criminals who may or may not be aligned with your own interests, tourists, the social media system, and the general hustle and bustle of the city to account for. That's a challenge that we believe could push even Rockstar to its limits. Getting things right. Of course, Rockstar's track record could very well mean that it manages to pull a rabbit out of a hat with GTA 6. But the sheer scale of all of it has us thinking of all the possible things it would need to do to manage such a big feat. It wouldn't be enough to merely have NPCs having AI-generated conversations, and we don't think that Rockstar would even bother with such an approach, but more on that a little later. But we think that the game's AI is going to be invisible, working behind the scenes to make its systems actually come to life in ways that sell the experience on offer to you. So let's speculate a little on what that could mean. NPCs in Leonida could go to work, visit stores on the way home, maybe get a workout in before they take a shower and go out exploring. Perhaps they could start a live stream while they're at it, which you could then check out before heading over yourself. That's a day and night cycle with a multitude of possibilities already. We can already imagine the more patient ones among you may following an NPC just to see if their routines are as elaborate as they are, if that's the case. That tackles a normal day in the life of an NPC in GTA 6, but what if you were to upset that routine by perhaps committing a crime? You could draw the attention of those very same folks who could crowd the scene and record a video, which then goes viral, or call the cops on you. They could run away in fright, or even try and confront you if they're feeling particularly brave that day, which could very well be the case if their moods dynamically change from one day to the next. Of course, that could mean that dynamic events wouldn't have to be scripted, but naturally unfolding responses to our own actions in Leonida. They would need to be fixed markers that trigger when we get close, instead stemming from overlapping systems like the weather, law enforcement's presence and influence in a region, traffic and NPC schedules, and social media trends, all of which act together to respond to what we're doing in a specific place at a specific time. The possibilities then really become endless. It could also mean that the police could have more agency over the severity of their response to any crimes that you commit, with factors like access to the area, available witnesses and footage of an incident, crowd density that may influence what weaponry they're carrying, and of course the severity of the crime itself. It would mean a departure from GTA 5, where they simply spawn around your location to set off on a chase. There's also the weather to think about, of course. Storms might change how NPCs behave, with lower traffic and pedestrian movement, a change in driving and traversal physics, beach crowds, visibility, police patrolling, boat activity, and perhaps even mission conditions. Now, we've already talked about the potential of how influencers could change the way you discover side activities. I mean, think about watching a viral clip and following the influencer in question to a location, or perhaps finding the place from their feeds. All of these factors could eliminate question marks on a map entirely, while also ensuring that no two players find a specific mission or event in the same way, creating a sort of net of variables that ensures a unique experience for each of us, while still managing to pull from the same pool of scripted and unscripted content. It challenges traditional open world design in interesting ways, where map icons, the above-mentioned question marks, scripted random encounters, fixed side mission locations, and NPCs just waiting for us to find them have actually become the norm. GTA 6 could create exceptions that directly challenge these practices, bringing events that you discover for yourself instead of stumble upon, with multiple ways to get to them hiding in plain sight but never fully revealing themselves. NPC routines could make triggers for attached quests, or secrets become dynamically moving markers that you find so organically you never think that they're actually part of the script. Side missions would need you to be in the right place at the right time, just as something like that would unfold out in the real world. Shops and other establishments would become more than just decorative presences, going beyond their functionality to represent you with even more variables in the game. Crowds could be a facet that generates stories instead of just filling empty spaces in Leonida's real estate. Honestly, it's made our brains hurt just thinking about all the ways Rockstar could manage to make Leonida the best open world it's made so far, and possibly the best one we could be a part of in the last decade or so. But can it actually fit within the GTA franchise's framework? Well, absolutely. Risks and rewards. You're probably already with us on this, but GTA is the perfect franchise for the kind of chaos that we're thinking of. It isn't hard to imagine pulling up our in-game phones to view a social media feed that points us to a specific location where something interesting has gone down, only to then arrive there and find that the area has been cordoned off by the police. Talking to witnesses could provide new leads to follow, which could then allow an entire chain of side quests to unfold more organically, as we've ever seen in any other open world out there. All of this is a natural fit for this franchise, which has already demonstrated its ability to simulate life in a busy city in GTA 6's predecessor, where your phone and the internet were already a way for the game to bring its satire and mission-related tools into the gameplay loop. GTA 6 could make your phone become a more natural part of this gameplay loop, and a crucial tool that your adventure actually hinges on, making it a living, breathing mission board, a rumor system, discovery tool, and a layer of world reactivity all of its own. All of with it on your own person at all times, it obviously then becomes the catalyst for a whole lot of chaos. That would be really cool if it's all done well, but we're wondering if it could also be something that breaks the immersion if things don't go according to plan. NPC behavior could fall into repetitive loops, or even worse, cause them to say the same old boring lines over and over again. Those are aspects that we've seen a lot over the years, and it's been a while since they've gotten old. Random events could be so random they stop feeling believable, which is something we haven't seen but could definitely break the spell Leonida casts on us. AI-generated content could clash with authored writing, a conflict that would be all too evident in an adventure that comes with such an ambitious undertaking. Of course, there's also the ever-present threat of bugs causing a lot of the magic to collapse right in front of us, a scenario that threatens the very fabric of Leonida's unpredictability in ways that would need a lot of work to set right. Too many systems working together could mean that they eventually work against each other, making mission designs feel unpredictable, but in a bad way. It's going to need a balance that's as thin as a tightrope, but we've already said that Rockstar is a studio that could pull it off, so it's time to take a look at why. Think of its legacy. GTA 4 was already more reactive and physical than most of the open worlds available to us at the time of its release. GTA 5 continues to be a gift that keeps on giving, with its modern sandbox offering an online experience that continues to keep its players coming back for more to this very day. We've already spoken at length about Red Dead Redemption 2, and it remains unmatched. That gives us a lot of confidence, and it's not just the intelligent use of AI in creating a game world that makes GTA 6 a potential game changer, but the fact that it's Rockstar working to refine design philosophies that it has worked with for decades now, making great use of available technology and hardware to bring pioneering experiences to the table. If Amazon Brazil indeed has things right, GTA 6's biggest innovation is going to be in how Leonida reacts to what we do, and basically when we engage with it without a goal in mind. With a world made stunning by better reflections and weather, it could also be one that feels genuinely alive, thanks to how NPC AI could simulate the real world. Red Dead Redemption 2 has already paved the way for such a groundbreaking approach. All GTA 6 needs to do is take that same philosophy and implement it across the board to make a world that's louder, more chaotic, and modern. Leonida could be a place where everyone has somewhere to be, and every crowd could tell stories better than a single NPC at a fixed location ever could. It could make every crime you commit become content, and make your every action the source of a new thread of activities to follow the main campaign without standing. We're hoping, of course, that's the case. It would definitely help us feel that the long wait for this one was worth it, and perhaps even a necessary part of the experience. Well, our fingers are definitely crossed, and we're glad we're not going to have to wait too long to find out if we're right. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.